Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you one simple question. What is the first thing you do after waking up in the morning? Do you check your phone? Do you think about work, problems, or stress? Or do you feel tired and say, I will start learning English tomorrow? Most people do this every day without thinking. But what if I tell you that this same morning, the first 60 minutes of your day can slowly change your English, your confidence, and even the way you think? You don't need extra time. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't even need to speak with anyone. You only need to use your morning wisely. Morning is not just a time. Morning is a powerful moment. Your brain is fresh. Your mind is quiet. Your fear is sleeping. This is the best time to plant English inside your brain. Most people waste their mornings on social media, useless videos, or negative thoughts. But English learners are different. English learners can turn mornings into silent teachers. Teachers that don't shout. Teachers that don't judge. Teachers that teach slowly, gently, and daily. Think about this. If you give English just 20 or 30 minutes every morning, before the world starts talking, before noise enters your mind, what will happen after 1 month? After 3 months? After 1 year? You may not feel change in one day. But one day, you will suddenly realize something powerful. You are understanding more. You are thinking in English. You are not scared like before. Many learners fail not because they are weak, but because they start English at the wrong time of the day. They try to learn when they are tired, when their brain is full, when their confidence is low. But morning is different. Morning is honest. Morning listens to you. In this video, I will show you how your morning routine can become your best English friend. Simple habits. Easy steps. No pressure. No fear. And the last habit I will share is something most learners never do, but it can completely change your English journey. So don't go anywhere. Stay with me till the end, because this is not just about English. This is about building a new version of you, one morning at a time. Chapter 1. Waking up the English brain, mindset and silent English exposure. When you wake up in the morning, your brain is not tired yet. It is not full of noise. It is not busy with problems. It is calm, fresh, and open, like a new notebook with clean pages. Nothing is written there. This is the most powerful moment for English learners, but most people don't know this. They wake up and immediately pick up their phone. Messages, videos, news, and social media enter the brain in their native language. In just a few minutes, the notebook is full, and English has no space left. Let me ask you an important question. What language does your brain hear first every day? Think about it honestly. Is it English, or is it your mother tongue? This one habit decides how your brain will think for the rest of the day. When your brain starts the day in your native language, it stays comfortable there. Later, when you try to study English, the brain feels lazy, tired, or scared. It says, not now. Maybe tomorrow. This is why mornings are so powerful. In the morning, your brain is ready to accept something new without fighting. There is less fear, less pressure, less noise. That is why I always say, if you want to change your English, don't fight at night. Start peacefully in the morning. Now let's talk about something very important. You don't need to speak in the morning. You don't need to read grammar books. You don't need to memorize words. You only need to listen. This is the idea of English first mornings. It means English becomes the first sound your brain hears every day. When English is the first sound, your brain slowly accepts it as normal. Not special. Not scary. Just normal. Think about real life. When you brush your teeth, your hands are busy but your mind is free. This is a perfect moment. Instead of scrolling your phone, play simple English audio. It can be slow English. It can be basic sentences. It can be a short motivational line like, "I am learning English every day," or "Mistakes help me grow." You don't need to repeat. You don't need to understand every word. Just listen. When you make your bed, listen again. When you make tea or coffee, listen again. English becomes background sound, like soft music. This is not study. This is exposure. Silent exposure. Many learners make a big mistake. They think learning means pressure. They think learning means force. But the brain does not like force. The brain likes comfort. And morning listening gives comfort. Some learners say, "I listen, but I forget." This is normal. Forgetting does not mean failure. Forgetting means the brain is still learning. You forgot how you learned your first language too, but you still speak it today. Your brain remembers patterns, sounds, rhythm, and feeling. Morning listening builds all of this quietly. Here is something emotional and true. Most English fear is not about language. It is about shame. It is about past mistakes. It is about people laughing. But when you listen alone in the morning, nobody is watching you. Nobody is correcting you. Nobody is judging you. Your brain feels safe. And when the brain feels safe, fear slowly disappears. Let me tell you what I have seen in more than 25 years of teaching. The learners who improve are not always intelligent. They are consistent. They respect small habits. They don't wait for motivation. They create routines. And the strongest routine is a morning routine. Imagine this. For 30 days, English is the first thing your brain hears every morning. Just 10 or 15 minutes. No pressure. After 30 days, you will feel small changes. English words will come to your mind faster. You will understand more when someone speaks. You will feel less nervous. These are silent changes, but they are powerful. Ask yourself again, what language does your brain hear first every day? If the answer is not English, don't feel bad. Feel hopeful, because you can change it starting tomorrow morning. Remember this rule. Listening comes before speaking. Boys. Babies listen for months before they speak. Your brain works the same way. When you listen first, you build confidence without knowing it. When confidence grows, speaking becomes easier. Once your brain wakes up in English, the next step is very important. The ears must become stronger. And slowly, the mouth must join the journey. In the next chapter, I will show you how to train your ears in the morning so your mouth can speak without fear, naturally and confidently. Chapter 2. Training your ears before your mouth, listening and shadow morning habit. Before you try to speak English, you must understand one simple truth. The mouth cannot speak what the ears do not know. Many English learners try to speak first, and then they feel frustrated. They say, words don't come, or my mind becomes blank. This is not because they are weak. This happens because their ears are not trained yet. Think about how babies learn a language. A baby does not open a grammar book. A baby does not practice speaking on day one. A baby listens. For months and months, the baby only listens. The baby listens to sounds, tone, rhythm, and emotion. Only after listening for a long time does the baby start speaking. And when the baby speaks, it feels natural. Your brain works in the same way. Age does not change this rule. Language always enters through the ears first. That is why morning listening is so powerful. In the morning, your brain is calm. It is not fighting. It is ready to absorb. When you listen to English in the morning, your ears slowly wake up. They start recognizing sounds. They start understanding patterns. And without pressure, your brain begins preparing words for your mouth. Let me ask you something. Do you try to speak English without listening enough? Many learners do. And then they blame themselves. But the problem is not you. The problem is the order. In the morning, you should train your ears before you train your mouth. Now let's talk about simple, real-life listening habits. You don't need long lessons. You don't need fast English. You need slow, clear, daily listening. When you sit with tea or breakfast, play English news headlines at slow speed. Not full news. Just headlines. Short sentences. Clear pronunciation. Or listen to a short English story. Or watch a YouTube video made for beginners, with slow speaking. You can even reduce the speed to 0.75. There is no shame in slow speed. Slow speed builds strong understanding. While you eat, don't read subtitles all the time. First, listen. Let the sound enter your ears. Even if you understand only 30%, it is okay. Your ears are learning. Now I want to introduce you to a very powerful habit called shadowing. Don't be afraid of this word. Shadowing is very simple. It means listening to one short line and repeating it softly. Not loudly. Not perfectly. Just softly. For example, the audio says, "Today is a new day." You softly say, "Today is a new day." That's it. You don't stop the audio again and again. You don't check grammar. You don't correct yourself. You just follow the sound like a shadow follows a body. Many learners are scared of sounding wrong. But listen carefully. Morning is private. Nobody is watching you. Nobody is listening to you. You can sound wrong. You can sound slow. You can sound broken. It does not matter. This is where confidence is born. Not in front of people, but alone. Let me tell you something emotional. Most learners are not afraid of English. They are afraid of embarrassment. They are afraid of being judged. Morning shadowing removes this fear, because it is just you and your voice. In the beginning, your pronunciation may feel strange. Your mouth may feel heavy. Your tongue may feel confused. This is normal. Muscles need training. And morning is the best gym for English muscles. Now here is an important spike you must remember. 10 minutes every day is more powerful than 2 hours once a week. The brain loves consistency. When you listen daily, even for a short time, the brain stays connected to English. When you listen once a week for a long time, the brain forgets again. Daily listening keeps English alive in your mind. Let me ask you another question. Do you want fast results or long results? Fast results disappear. Long results stay. Morning listening gives long results. After a few weeks of this habit, something beautiful happens. You start predicting words. You start understanding sentences faster. You start repeating lines without fear. This is the moment when your ears become strong. And when ears become strong, something changes inside. The mouth becomes brave. You don't force speaking. Speaking comes naturally. Your brain already knows the sound. Your mouth just follows. In the next chapter, I will show you how to use this ear strength to start speaking to yourself confidently in the morning, using simple sentences, without fear, without pressure, and without waiting for perfection. Chapter 3. Speaking to yourself without fear, morning self-talk and simple sentences. Now that your ears are awake and your brain is ready for English, it's time to bring your voice into the routine. But let me be clear, this is not about speaking in front of anyone yet. This is about speaking to yourself, alone, in the quiet of the morning. Many learners make the mistake of thinking that confidence comes first, and speaking comes later. This is wrong. Speaking comes first, and confidence follows. If you want to become a strong English speaker, you need to start small, private, and fearless. Morning self-talk is the perfect opportunity. Why morning? Because mornings are safe. Nobody is watching you. Nobody is judging you. Your mind is calm, your body is relaxed, and your fear is still asleep. This is the perfect environment to try, make mistakes, and grow. And mistakes are okay. In fact, mistakes are your stepping stones to fluency. Every sentence you speak, even if broken or slow, is progress. Start with very simple sentences. Do not think about grammar. Do not think about complicated words. Just start speaking. Stand near a window, look outside, and say softly, "Today I will try. I am learning English. Mistakes are okay. I am improving." These sentences may feel small, but they are powerful. They tell your brain that English is safe, that speaking is natural, and that you are capable. Small sentences repeated daily create habits, and habits slowly change identity. After a few weeks of speaking just one sentence every morning, your brain begins to see you as an English speaker. You stop thinking, "I can't speak English." Instead, your mind starts saying, "I speak English every day." You can also practice speaking while doing your morning routine. When making tea, talk to yourself, "I am making tea. The water is hot. I like this morning." When walking, describe what you see. "The sky is blue. The birds are singing. I feel calm today." Every word you say aloud strengthens your voice. Every sentence you speak quietly builds fluency. And because you are alone, there is no pressure. You can speak slowly. You can pause. You can repeat. Nobody cares about mistakes here except you, and you are learning, not judging. Let me speak directly to learners who feel shy, slow, or ashamed of their English. Many of you carry fear from the past. You remember times when someone laughed at your pronunciation. You remember being corrected harshly or feeling embarrassed in class. These memories hold you back. But morning self-talk removes these barriers. You are alone. Your voice is yours. You are free to experiment, to sound wrong, and to try again. Here is a secret that most learners overlook. One sentence every morning is enough. You do not need to speak for hours. You do not need motivation or perfect words. Just one small sentence every day, repeated consistently, creates extraordinary results over time. Habits are stronger than intelligence. Habits change identity, and identity changes your English. When you speak daily, even for a few minutes, your brain builds connections. Your mouth practices pronunciation. Your tongue becomes flexible. Your confidence slowly grows. You begin to notice that forming sentences becomes easier. Words come naturally. Thoughts in English appear automatically. This is the power of private, fearless practice. And remember, speaking alone is not the final step. Speaking needs direction. You need ideas to say. You need guidance to organize sentences. This is where reading and writing come in. Without direction, speaking can feel random and unproductive. Reading gives you material. Writing gives you structure. Together, they guide your morning self-talk and make your sentences meaningful. Imagine this. You wake up every morning, speak one sentence, then expand it with small observations while walking, making tea, or standing by a window. After a few weeks, you notice a change. Speaking does not feel scary anymore. Mistakes feel normal. Your brain is trained to produce sentences automatically. You are no longer just a listener, you are a speaker in private. And private speakers eventually become confident public speakers. So, never underestimate the power of morning self-talk. Start small. Start private. Start simple. And keep going. One sentence today. One sentence tomorrow. Over time, your identity as an English speaker is built silently, steadily, and powerfully. In the next chapter, we will take this practice further. Speaking needs guidance, and direction comes from reading and writing. A few minutes of reading and writing every morning can organize your thoughts, give you ideas for speaking, and complete the English cycle: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. When all four work together, your English will grow naturally, confidently, and consistently. Chapter 4. Feeding the Mind with Simple English. Reading, Writing, and Daily Promise. Now we arrive at the final step of your morning English routine, the step that completes the cycle and ties everything together: reading and writing. If you have been listening to English in the morning and practicing speaking to yourself, reading and writing are what turn your efforts into real progress. They give direction to your thoughts, structure to your speaking, and clarity to your learning. This is the step that transforms small, quiet habits into lasting skills, and it is simpler than most learners imagine. Start with reading. But don't think you need to read long books or complicated articles. You only need one short paragraph every morning. That's it. This could be a motivational quote in English, a tiny story of a few lines, or even a short passage from a beginner's English book. For example, a quote like, "Small steps every day lead to big results," is enough. Or a simple paragraph about a morning walk. "I walked in the park today. The air was fresh. I felt happy." These few sentences may look small, but they are powerful. They teach your brain the rhythm of English, sentence structure, and new vocabulary naturally. While reading, don't rush. Don't try to translate every word. Let the words flow into your mind. Your goal is not perfect understanding. Your goal is exposure and connection. Let your eyes follow the sentences, let your mind absorb the meaning, and let your heart connect with the message. Reading in this way gives direction to the sentences you speak aloud in the morning and provides material for your writing. Now comes writing, the most magical part of this routine. Many learners hesitate here. They feel nervous because they think writing must be perfect, with no mistakes, full grammar, and correct spelling. But remember, you are not writing for someone else. You are writing for yourself. The purpose of writing is clarity and reflection, not perfection. After reading one short paragraph, open a small notebook. This notebook will become your silent friend. It listens without judgment. It stores your progress and reflects your growth over time. Write just 3 to 4 simple lines every morning. For example, after reading a motivational quote, you might write, "Today I read a short quote. It reminded me to keep trying. I will not give up." Or after reading a small story, I read a story about a boy walking in the park. I understood the idea. I want to speak English confidently. These sentences are simple, but over time, they create a record of your growth. 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, you will open this notebook and feel proud. You will see how far you have come, even if at the time it felt slow. This notebook becomes a personal diary of your English journey, a friend who celebrates your small victories silently and consistently. Consistency is the key here. Many learners think intelligence or talent decides success. This is a myth. In English learning, consistency beats talent every time. 10 minutes of daily reading and writing is far more effective than 2 hours once a week. Small habits, done every morning without fail, accumulate into enormous results. Your brain loves repetition. Your confidence grows slowly but steadily. And the more consistent you are, the more natural English becomes in your thoughts, speech, and writing. Let me emphasize something emotional and important. Mornings are not just a time. Mornings are your gateway to a new identity. Every morning you choose to read, speak, and write in English, you are telling your brain, "I am someone who learns. I am someone who improves. I am someone who can speak English." Identity is built through repeated actions, not motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but habits stay. And habits change who you are. You don't need perfection. You don't need hours of study. You only need to show up every morning. Even 5 or 10 minutes of reading, speaking, and writing is enough if you do it daily. Over time, your brain will start to think in English naturally. You will start noticing small improvements. Words come more easily, sentences form automatically, and your confidence grows without effort. And remember this, mornings decide your future English. Not your age, not your accent, not your past mistakes, not your talent. The way you spend your mornings, day after day, is what shapes your progress. If you invest your mornings wisely, English stops being a challenge and becomes a natural part of your life. Finally, learning alone is hard. It is easy to feel lazy, distracted, or discouraged. But learning together is easier. That is why I encourage you to join this community, subscribe to the channel, and share your progress. When others walk alongside you, even silently, you feel supported. When you comment your small victories, your promise, or even a single sentence from your notebook, you are reinforcing your habit and motivating others too. This is the final truth I want to leave you with. English is not learned in a day. It is built every morning, quietly, steadily, and consistently. Your mornings are your secret weapon. Feed your brain with English. Speak without fear. Write with honesty. And watch your confidence grow. One morning at a time, you are becoming the English speaker you have always wanted to be. If this morning routine gave you hope, clarity, and a new way to look at your English journey, I truly invite you to subscribe to this channel. This channel is made for learners like you who want simple, real, and practical English through daily life habits, not pressure or fear. Please like this video if you believe that small morning steps, done every day, can create big English confidence over time. Your one like supports this channel and helps this message reach other learners who feel lost or afraid, just like you once did. Now I want you to take one small action. Comment below and write one simple English sentence you promise to say every morning. It can be very small. Or if you don't know what to write, just type, "My morning, my English." Remember this. English does not improve in one day. It does not change in one night. But it does improve every morning you choose not to give up. And I will be here with you on this journey.